Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am going to do a really quick page in my traveler's notebook, and I'm using the new exclusives from Citrus Twist, their new handcrafted collection. I'm starting with some digital products. So these are the digital traveler's notebook papers. I love these things. They're so easy to use. I literally just printed out a bunch and I'm gonna put a couple together here. So easy, especially if you want to put a really quick page together. So I've started with this little kind of cross-stitched heart paper. I really loved that. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to use this one in a notebook. And in the end, I decided to go with this kind of blue chevron paper alongside it. There was that rainbow stripe in there, and I was like seriously considering using that too, except that I kind of knew that I wanted to use this handmade die cut for my title. Now I've gone away and taken my little heart paper over to my sewing machine to stitch the lines, not the actual stitched hearts. I know a couple of the design team members have done that. I just used my sewing machine to stitch those grid lines. I did have to turn the camera off for a little bit though, because I managed to put the sewing machine needle straight through my finger. So that was a little bit of pain, but here you can see I'm so dedicated to getting this video done for you. I sucked it up, let the blood dry off, and carried on crafting. So here we go. I've just stitched those grid lines with my sewing machine. Eventually I got there, and then adhered that down onto the page. Now I'm gonna kind of pull this paper off to do the rest of the right hand side flat on my desk. Another advantage with these papers, because I'm gonna do some stamping, and I'm gonna use these beautiful new puffy stickers, those kind of pink and yellow ombre ones. They're so delicious. I love them. I'm gonna avoid the urge to just hoard them, and I'm gonna use them on here to kind of build out my title. So I'm going to use the alphas and the stamps to make my title say handmade friends are the best medicine, because the photos that I've got today are from my last Patreon live stream. I was feeling particularly under the weather, but like crafting with those guys, it always makes me feel better. Definitely the best medicine. So that's my little title. The reason I was going to use the stamps and the stickers is that there's no way I would fit the word medicine in this alpha. So I'm going to combine both the alphas and the stamps. And I mean, you very rarely ever see this with me. Look at the amount of planning that's gone into this. So the parts that I want to stamp, I've already gone ahead and stamped on some scrap paper so that I can use my little ruler guide here and line it up so that I can get my title as centered on this page as I can. I couldn't really think of any better way to do it. And you know me, I'm usually just to jump right in and start stamping and hope for the best. This one, the page is so simple that I really kind of wanted it to be, I mean, I'm not going to use the word perfect because you'll see at the end it's still not perfect, but I wanted it to be as good as I could possibly get it. So I added one word, and then I'm stamping, and then I'm going to add the second word with the alphas, which is definitely a little bit shorter, so it's a little bit easier. Just using that ruler guide though really does help to kind of center things. I can make sure even with these alphas that it's evenly spaced on each side, as well as being kind of straight from the bottom of the page. I was mildly concerned about the color of the alphas against this blue background, and I definitely could have used that black version I've got up there as well. That would have given me a really high contrast, but I really love the colors. Like they're kind of, it feels kind of tropical to me anyway. Not that the photos are particularly tropical, but it just makes me happy. The color makes me happy, and so I'm going to go with that. I'm stamping my second line, or it's my last line of my title. This is the Bailey Alpha, so it's a pretty similar style font. I wanted to keep it a little bit more on the simpler side, but you could definitely use a different styled stamp to just give that a little bit more of a mixed title feel. Now just to tie in the stitching that I did on that right hand side, I have gone ahead and stitched down that handmade die cut as well. That's the only stitching I'm doing on that page. I just want to keep it a little bit simpler. I did consider stitching down the puffy sticker alphas as well, but I decided that that one line of stitching was probably more than enough. Now I'm going to go back and just finish off the left hand side of this spread, and I kind of want to bring some of that color over to here. So this is the kind of white space of my spread, despite the fact it's got that little pattern on it. I've added a little bit of texture, but that's like the blue is a really strong blue, and so I want to make sure that there is some of that blue over on this side as well. And the other color that I'm going to add in is this puffy sticker in that bright pink. So I'm bringing in a couple of those colors from the right hand side over onto the left. So I just stuck down the Love This die cut first. I would have preferred to have had that at the bottom of the photo, but I love the way that it sits with that sticker that says this is my thing. It's kind of pointing at my computer. So the sticker worked really well at the top. The die cut I would have preferred at the bottom, but I'm compromising and putting it at the top so that I can add it with the sticker. And I just want to add a little bit more of that super bright pink. So I'm going to add one of the little tiny word stickers over on the right hand side as kind of like a division between my title, and I'm actually going to stamp, I'm going to date stamp on here and then call my page all done. This is such a pretty kit, but those digitals, they're just so perfect for putting together a really simple page, so I will leave all of the links for you down in the description box. Thank you for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.